The Curious Girl and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, in a large and pristine meadow nestled alongside a beautiful forest, there lived a family of 3 bears: Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. Their cozy little hut stood in the center of the meadow, surrounded by lush green grass, vibrant wildflowers, and towering oak trees. One sunny morning, a curious young girl named Kate wandered into the peaceful meadow. Kate was a spirited 14-year-old with a thirst for adventure. She had long chestnut hair that flowed freely in the gentle breeze and deep brown eyes that sparkled with wonder. As Kate strolled through the meadow, she spotted the humble little hut in the distance. Her curiosity piqued, she quickened her pace and approached the dwelling. She paused for a moment, gazing up at the thatched roof and wooden siding. Despite her better judgment, her adventurous nature got the better of her. Glancing around to ensure no one was watching, she grasped the brass doorknob and twisted it, slipping inside. The interior of the hut was warm and cozy, with a flickering fireplace and simple but comfortable furnishings. Kate's eyes landed on a dining table with 3 wooden chairs of varying sizes, one large, one medium, and one small. In the center of the table sat 3 porridge bowls, each a different size to match the chairs. "Oh wow, this place is really charming," Kate murmured to herself as she admired the rustic decor. Her gaze then shifted to a doorway that led deeper into the hut. Overcome by her innate curiosity, she decided to explore further. Kate discovered a small bedroom with 3 beds, one large, one medium, and one small. She ran her hands along the soft quilts that covered the beds, noting how inviting they looked. "I wonder who lives here," she pondered aloud, seating herself on the medium-sized bed. Suddenly, Kate heard a loud noise coming from outside. It sounded like the front door opening. Panic seized her as she realized the owners of the hut were returning. Without hesitation, she leapt off the bed and scurried across the room, searching for a place to hide. Her eyes landed on a cabinet in the corner, and she hastily climbed inside, pulling the doors shut behind her. Peering through the slats in the cabinet, Kate watched as 3 bears entered the hut. First, a towering Papa Bear lumbered in, his thick brown fur glistening. He was followed by a slightly smaller Mama Bear, her fur a shade lighter. Lastly, a tiny Baby Bear toddled in, his movements still a bit clumsy. The 3 bears made their way to the dining table, and Kate held her breath as they began inspecting their porridge bowls. "As someone's been eating my porridge," rumbled Papa Bear in a deep, gruff voice. "And someone's been eating my porridge," Mama Bear said in a softer, but stern tone. "And someone's been eating my porridge, and they've eaten it all up," cried Baby Bear, his high-pitched voice quivering with distress. Kate's heart raced as she watched the bears move to the bedroom. Once again, they discovered that someone had been there. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said Papa Bear. "And someone's been sleeping in my bed," Mama Bear added. "And someone's been sleeping in my bed, and here she is," exclaimed Baby Bear, his little paws pointing directly at the cabinet where Kate was hiding. Panic surged through Kate as the cabinet doors swung open, and she found herself staring up at the 3 bears. Papa Bear's brow was furrowed in anger, Mama Bear's expression was one of concern, and Baby Bear's face was a mixture of surprise and curiosity. I'm so sorry," Kate stammered, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean to intrude. I was just so curious about this place, and I couldn't resist exploring." The bears exchanged glances, their initial reactions softening as they took in the sight of the scared but contrite girl. Mama Bear stepped forward, her brown eyes filled with understanding. "It's all right, dear," she said gently. We know you didn't mean any harm. Why don't you come out of there and join us?" Hesitantly, Kate emerged from the cabinet and stood before the 3 bears, wringing her hands. "I'm really sorry. I should have respected your privacy, she apologized. Papa Bear let out a deep sigh, his stern expression gradually melting into one of empathy. Well, since you're already here, you might as well stay for a bit. I'm sure we can find something to keep you occupied. Kate's eyes widened in surprise. You mean I can stay?" she asked, scarcely daring to believe it. "Of course," Mama Bear replied with a warm smile. We'd be happy to have you." Relief flooded Kate's features, and a grateful smile spread across her face. "Thank you so much. I promise I'll be on my best behavior." The bears nodded in understanding, and Baby Bear, who had been watching the exchange with a curious expression, suddenly bounded up to Kate, his tiny paws grasping her hand. Come on, let's go play outside," he exclaimed, tugging her towards the door. Kate giggled and allowed the eager little bear to lead her out into the meadow. As they stepped out into the sunlight, she couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and excitement at the unexpected turn of events. The rest of the day passed in a blur of laughter, exploration, and new friendships. Kate played tag with Baby Bear, helped Mama Bear tend to the garden, and even joined Papa Bear in a spot of fishing. The bears, who had initially been wary of the unexpected human guest, soon found themselves charmed by Kate's infectious enthusiasm and kind heart. As the sun began to set, the group gathered around the fireplace in the cozy hut, sharing stories and enjoying a simple but hearty meal. Kate listened with rapt attention as the bears recounted tales of their life in the meadow, fascinated by their unique perspectives and experiences. When it was time for bed, Kate found herself tucked into the medium-sized bed, surrounded by the familiar scent of the quilts and the gentle snores of the three bears in the neighboring beds. As she drifted off to sleep, she couldn't help but feel a sense of contentment and belonging that she had never known before. The following morning, Kate awoke to the sound of birds chirping and the warm rays of the sun filtering through the windows. She stretched and sat up, momentarily disoriented by her unfamiliar surroundings. But as the events of the previous day came rushing back, a smile spread across her face. She found the bears already up and about, busying themselves with their daily chores. Mama Bear was tending to the garden, while Papa Bear and Baby Bear were preparing a hearty breakfast. Good morning, Kate," Mama Bear greeted her warmly. "Did you sleep well?" Wonderfully, thank you," Kate replied, her voice still thick with sleep. I don't know how to thank you all for your kindness." "Nonsense, my dear," Mama Bear said, waving a paw dismissively. "You're welcome to stay as long as you like. We've grown quite fond of you." Kate's heart swelled with gratitude and a sense of belonging that she had never experienced before. She spent the day happily immersed in the routines and activities of the bear family, learning about their way of life and sharing her own stories and experiences. As the days turned into weeks, Kate's visits to the bear's hut became more and more frequent. She would often skip school to spend time in the meadow, eager to learn from the wise and caring bears. Mama Bear taught her about the medicinal properties of the local plants, while Papa Bear showed her the art of fishing and foraging. Baby Bear, in turn, became her constant companion, delighting in their games of hide-and-seek and tag. The bears, for their part, doted on Kate, treating her as a beloved member of their family. They marveled at her boundless curiosity and her genuine desire to understand and appreciate their way of life. In return, Kate's presence brought a new energy and joy to their humble abode, filling it with laughter and warmth.